Welcome to Once Upon a Pipe. I am back home off vacation, and I am privileged to be here today with our special guest. Joining me right now is, well, first let me tell you what's in here. This is Starbucks Mocha Blend, very rich aromatic coffee. Oh, it smells so good. And a fresh new tin of Sutliff's private stock, Barbados Plantation. Look at that. The tin note on this, like on many of the Sutliff aromatics, is very, very, very delicious. So I'm gonna try it out and see how it does. The Molto Dulce really got me introduced to the Sutliff blends, and that was very good. However, some of the Sutliff aromatics just didn't, well, they weren't as nice as Molto Dulce, so it's kind of disappointing. All right. There's a lot of noise here because I got a lot of kids, but also joining me at the table here is the very diligent, hard-working activist, Cristen Pascucci.
Hi. Hi, Bobby.
And of course, Eloise, who must be in all of my videos. And Cristen, judging from some of her Facebook things, she's been in Washington, D.C., and where else have you been, Cristen?
This summer?
Yeah.
Alabama, Washington, New York. I think that's it. I think that's it.
For one summer, Alabama, Washington, and New York is quite a bit. So how many? Hold on. Oh.
This is really full, honey.
This. Daddy, show. This. Can you bring it a little closer? My teapot.
Oh, nice. Eloise is going to have a little tea party. Cristen, how much time did you spend in traveling this summer? What are we looking at?
I was a few weeks.
A few weeks. A few weeks. What did you get accomplished in your travels?
I need some help.
Well, I met with a lot of film people in DC, and that was good, and I learned a lot, and I got some good direction on the project that I'm working on. I visited a lot of family, and I've been trying to discover my family history too.
Oh, yes.
So I got to talk to some people and make some recordings and stuff like that, so that was good.
Excellent.
Had some, more just film meetings, stuff like that.
You had a film that was released or that came? Not yet. Not yet.
Working on it.
Still working on it. There's Henry P. Funniest guy ever. Yeah. Henry, no doubt, will have a book, a movie, or his own TV show. It's yet to be detailed. So I was just talking to Cristen about my family reunion that I discovered where the Cannon side came from. So it was very fascinating and still have a lot to learn. So what was one of the more interesting findings in your family history, or that you discovered that you did not know previously?
Let's see. Well, there was...
Do you think the dog's face is nice or mean?
I don't know. I'm kind of in the middle of something here.
Or cute?
All of them.
Not me. Not me. That's all I know.
I'm trying to think about what I can actually talk about. Some of it was people didn't want to talk about it. If that makes sense.
Pretty small teeth.
So that was kind of interesting. There actually a lot of it, honestly. That's the reason we don't know it, because it's stuff people didn't want to talk about.
But your roots are Italian.
Well, one side is Italian and the other side is Scottish English.
Okay.
So I would say on the Italian side, it's stuff people don't want to talk about. And then on the other
We're
side,
probably mafia. Hey, Uncle Tony, Uncle Mario. We're not
I
talking.
have both of those, by the way.
We're not talking. No talking here. Kristen hasn't said a word.
I forgot to ask.
She's a good girl.
I didn't know if you wanted that on your salad or not.
Hey, there you go, Uncle Tony.
Olive oil.
So, see, Kristen has an Uncle Tony. So don't be offended when I call you Uncle Tony. Uncle Tony. My wife's husband is Italian.
I have Uncle
Yummy.
Bruno, Gino, Dino, Paul, Orlando. Trying to think what other super typical Italian names.
No. Hey, Mom.
I don't know. That's all I can think of right now. Uncle
Wow.
Tony, of course. I have a cousin Vinny.
Gives you
My cousin Vinny. Yes, of course. Some people who are not old enough won't even know what My Cousin Vinny is. It's a good movie. So, yeah. Well, that's good that you're discovering your
Yeah.
roots and
Very cool.
where you're from and some things about your family that that maybe you didn't know before. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah, that's interesting.
getting back to the family roots, it's amazing to find out where you're from and you discover things. For example, I was just telling Kristen previously that I discovered that my great grandfather was actually a slaveholder here in Kentucky, coming from Scott County, Leesburg to be specific. And I'm still trying to find out a little bit more about that. There were some cannons that went to the Chicago area. I don't know hardly anything about that. So, yeah, we're on a discovery route. And so for those of you out there, you've had family reunions this summer or some family gatherings that are coming up. Might be interesting if you can see how far back you can go, what you can dig up. I'll be keeping you posted as I discover some more things. I will say this: my aunt wrote a book. It's called Lizzie's Story: A Slave's Journey to Freedom. You can find that book on Amazon just by looking up Lizzie's Story. Actually, there are a couple of Lizzie's stories, so make sure you put in A Slave's Journey to Freedom, and it should come up. Her name is Dr. Clarice Boswell. Dr. Clarice Boswell. She is the author of that book, and in that book, it details quite a bit of the canon side of our history, and especially if you go to the back of the book, you get a nice little shot of the family tree of where we're from. So there you go. Well, I hope you have a great day. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you,
Bye.
Kristen P., for joining us, and we hope you have a good day.
bye.
One more thing. You thought the video was over, and you probably wish it was. One more thing. I just learned from Cristen Pascucci. She is going to get a chance to actually go back to where her roots come from in Italy in a little while, and she is a relative in some way, shape, or form of Mario Pascucci. I have no idea who that was until she just mentioned it, so I just looked him up. He actually is a pretty well-known pipe maker in Italy, and his website is thepipetart.com. PIPETART.com. Mario Pascucci. So, Kristen, if you make it there, it is imperative that you bring me back a pipe.
I actually thought about that. I'm glad that I saw you and remembered to tell you before we left.
She did. And I did not solicit that information. She was very kind to give that up. So there you go. Thepipetart.com, Mario Pascucci pipes. And there's my link. All right. Once again, thank you for tuning in to Once Upon a Pipe.